location at 3 p.m. on Thursday as Coach Bert Bathiani joins the discussion here. Hey, Coach, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. And he brought a couple of his players here. We have senior wide receiver Javon Love and a senior safety Micah Rice. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for taking some time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well, Coach, let's turn the discussion here to Division I and Moeller. Obviously, a special journey last season. Division I state semifinalist for a third consecutive season. Just give us your early impressions this summer of the Crusaders.
Guys are working hard, and I'm really happy with our commitment. I'm really happy with our effort. I'm really happy with guys coming together. We have a lot of new faces, which is awesome about high school football, because every time you have a graduating class, and we had a really good senior class, that's an opportunity for some of the other guys to step up. And these guys did that last year, and now we get to see a lot of guys do that this year. So it's really exciting to see the growth of our team, guys come into their own. That's the cool thing about high school football, is seeing that part of it.
Obviously, we could talk about this season, the expectations, your schedule, everything. But you had an Ohio Mr. Football winner a year ago, Jordan Marshall. Everybody knows what he meant to the Moeller football program. Tell us a little bit about his summer as he prepares to play for the University of Michigan.
Well, I know he's doing a good job. I know he's being competitive, and he's going to work his tail off just like all our guys who are out there doing college football. I know Eli Duffy's doing a great job. Carson Hobbs doing a good job. We just saw Kyler Paul working out in the weight room. Drew Robinson just earned his C-Paul at Cincinnati, which is a really cool moment. And then Jewett Hayes early enrolled at Virginia and was a dynamite player for them in the spring. So not only are they – and then Devin Orr at EKU, he's doing a good job kicking. And then Ethan Page at Lake Erie College. I hope I'm not missing anyone else, but all our guys are really enjoying themselves. They're happy with their decisions. So if they're happy, I'm happy.
Great. Tell us a little bit about you've had a couple 7-on-7s. People will say what you want about those, how you evaluate those, but what do you like most about maybe the offense right now, where it stands?
I like what we're doing. I think, obviously, Matt has a really good arm, and he's connecting with our guys, and he's put a lot of reps in with Javon, Roman, Cooper, Sam, Matt Fogler, Carson Cahill, Landon Adams, Ricky Thomas. So we have a lot of talent, I think, at the wide receiver and tight end position. And you can see all that hard work of them working together pay off. And when you get in the 7-on-7, you want to see rhythm, you want to see timing, you want to see them execute, because it is football in your underwear, no matter how you want to. I mean, we don't have an offensive line or defensive line in front of you. It's a little different. So to see that rhythm, see that timing, see more comfortable with that, that's really what we want to see. And I've really been happy with the progress. We went against Oak Hills, which is a really good football team, Winton Woods, Milford, so you know you're going against really good competition with really good players. They're really well coached. So we're getting really good work in. I'm really excited about that. And then we have Covington Catholic tomorrow.
Matt Ponatowski, obviously, seems like he's been around for a while. Obviously started as a freshman in the playoffs there, but he told me something really telling. He said you could just hear the ball kind of whizzing through the air. He's got such an arm strength. What have you seen from him just developing as a quarterback and as a leader of this team?
We're seeing him make that jump from a sophomore to a junior. And I think there's a lot of growth when guys play their junior year going to their senior year, just like Javon and Micah, and they've made a ton of growth this year. Matt's kind of like in a different spectrum. It's interesting to think like he still has 2 more years after that. We have a lot of guys like that too. Like Christian Harris played a lot as a sophomore. Connor Kuzo played a lot as a sophomore. Cooper and Sam. And we have a lot of other players who in that same class who have taken that next step, and we're really excited to see how they're going to play as juniors.
Tell us a little bit about the wide receiving core. Obviously, Javon here, how has that improved just from a year ago?
Well, we bring them all back, which is exciting. I know Preston Smith is going on. Oh, Preston Smith is at Mount Union. I forgot about Preston. So he had a heck of a year last year. But, I mean, Javon was 50 yards away from being, one of the few wide receivers in Moeller history of breaking 1,000 yards, and he hasn't missed a beat. He's worked his tail off this offseason. He had a heck of a baseball season. He's an unbelievable baseball player, and he was still in the morning with our team working out on Mondays and Fridays. His commitment is really leading to a lot of progress right now. I need him to get one off day at some point, but he doesn't take off days, and that's why these two are up here. I mean, Micah with his track career, he ran the fastest 400 in GCL history, and these two don't get tired. It's really, really impressive to see their work ethic and to use them as examples of like, hey, this is how you do it. I can't think of 2 better young men, so really proud of them.
Guys, I want to bring in the conversation here. Javon, we were kind of talking off camera about you playing baseball this summer and everything. Coach alluded to it. How do you keep the balance there with baseball and football?
Just having a worth ethic, pretty much. I try not to worry about relying on one sport too much. I like to keep a balance, and I just try to go out and do the best I can in both sports. Trying to give my team the leadership and just try to push ourselves to be as best as possible. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job of it.
Let's stay with this offensive theme. How do you think you've improved just from a year ago, and what do you like most about the offense right now?
I think I've become more of a leader. Of course, I've been working a little bit more on my game and my craft and everything, but I think I've stepped up quite a bit as a leader and more of a person. Of course, I'm trying to there's always spot to pretty much elevate my game and do better, but our offensive staff all coming back, and we're looking to really make some nice plays out there and be really effective out in the field.
How hungry is this group after 3 consecutive state semifinals?
They all have that. They have that dog in them. We all got that look in our eyes that we really want it. Of course, our freshman, sophomore, junior year, we've all seen our team go down in the state semis, and it's been a pain to watch, but we're looking to really come back this year and make a big statement that we're just looking to change the culture.
Micah, it seems like no hesitation with you. As soon as I asked that question, you were nodding your head as well. I mean, tell us a little bit about this summer and just the motivation and the chip on the shoulder for this team.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say this summer was definitely, I feel way more comfortable this summer. Last year, we were all kind of new. I always tell people that I was new to the school. Coach B was new. Whole coaching staff, whole new offense, whole new defense. It took us some time to get used to each other, learn how to play with each other. But I feel really comfortable about this year. People thought we would take a step back because of all the pieces we lost. I feel a lot more comfortable this year, even though we lost a lot, than I did last summer going in.
What about just the defense overall? What do you like? What are your impressions there, Micah?
Yeah, defense, as usual, we're looking really good. So Coach Sharp, our D coordinator, he has this thing we call ourselves a havoc mob. We have our own little hoop on the sideline when we make big plays and stuff. All I'll say is expect us to be making a lot of good plays this year.
Coach, what we mentioned the second season here, obviously. What is that? I don't know if you want to use the word comfort level or anything, but do you notice something else different about this offseason than you did your first one?
Yeah, I don't like using that word comfort like you say, but I think we're more familiar, right? These guys have gone through a lot of change in the last couple years, and this program as a whole, and to just provide some consistency where guys know exactly, hey, practice is at this time. I have Indy at this time, and this is how we do things. This is our pregame routine. And for us, our pregame routine changes every single week. So the one thing I'm really glad about this group is we're really good at being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, right? Like the brighter the lights, I think our guys rise to the occasion, and they handle that really well. I think that's kind of like a byproduct of just how Moeller football has been operated in general with just how we do things. But I think familiarity is the biggest thing, and relationships is a big part of our football team where we spell love TIME, and we spend a lot of time with each other. So having all that time and familiarity, I think, has led us to grow closer and bond to where now we can coach each other and work with each other a lot more effectively.
Anybody knows high school football or any level of football knows it's a process, obviously, in the summer. So, I know you probably tell your guys to block the outside noise, but, you hear people talk about the 3 consecutive state semifinal trips. How do you respond to that? What do you tell your players? How do you advise them, knowing that obviously it's a process? You can't think ahead to November or December.
Well, we always glimpse to the future. We learn from the past, and then we just want to be where our feet are. And that's kind of what we focus on right now. We do a senior retreat every single summer where we go up to Cannon and we spend time with each other, but we try to start with the end in mind, and then we progress from that moment. So it really isn't sexy, it really isn't like anything out of the box. We just take it day by day at a time. We focus on one play, one drill, one practice, and then we're either going to get better or going to get worse that day. And no matter what, then we Kaizen and we try to get better the next day. And that's just our mindset. So I really don't talk about results. I don't talk about goals, and they'll attest to that. But we talk about the process and being locked in of just controlling what I can control and being the best version of yourself. And if you're doing that every single day, I think it takes the pressure off of you, and you can just go to work and have fun.
Javon, what did you learn about that trip to Canton from you and your teammates, and maybe something you didn't know about before?
Moeller usually preaches the brotherhood, but I think that senior trip definitely brings us one step closer of just learning that that's our end goal and that's where we want to be. And I think that when you have that set look, when you have that the set, I mean, that's where everybody's focused on. That's what we're all trying to get to, and it definitely brings us closer together, knowing that we all have the same goals in mind. So I think that definitely brings us a lot more together.
Micah, what did you hear from your teammates when you went up to Canton, visited the Hall of Fame? What was that like from your standpoint?
For me, it was just really fun for me, honestly. Like, just spending time with the team and like just as like normal people instead of like a football practice area. I have been to Canton a lot of times. That's where I lived before I went to Moeller. But it honestly helped me get like a new outlook on the place. I used to be always so nervous, like walking in there or anything to do with it. But like being there, like being a senior at Moeller and like working with this new group, like I feel really confident in our abilities and what we can do there.
Coach, we talked about the offense here. Can you talk about Micah and what he means to the defense?
Well, defensively, like we say, they're called the Havoc Mob, and they bring havoc every single day. And Coach Sharp and our defensive staff have done a great job of establishing that culture and then holding that standard throughout the year. I love going against our defense every single day. Our defensive line is phenomenal. When you have guys like Jonah Hayes, who's going to Northwestern, Thomas Gerke, who's first-team GCL, Lucas Sternberg, Christian Harris, Will Atkins, Camden Pollock, who's new to our team. And then we have some younger guys that people don't really know about, but they're going to make some noise this fall. And then at linebacker between Nolan Kittle, Connor Kuzo, and our secondary that's coming back, right? We have a lot of good defensive personnel, and I'm really excited for everyone else to get to see what I see every single day in practice. So it's really exciting.
One last thought on the Canton trip. You ran into a few Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
What was that like? And just what did you feel like the seniors learned from that experience?
Well, we had a snag, like a little bit of a snag in picking up our food, so it made us late, which kind of changed the schedule a little bit. But because we were late, we got to meet Anthony Munoz and Andre Reed, NFL Hall of Famers, and obviously Anthony Munoz's son is a man of Moeller, and he was on one of the state championship teams, then went on to play at Tennessee. So it was really good to have them talk to our team and address our seniors, which was pretty cool. Hall of Famer Leroy Butler was there as well. So God works in mysterious ways, and I like to think the reason we were late is so we could meet them and have them impart wisdom on our team and leave with a good message.
Not a bad inconvenience whatsoever, that's for sure. Moeller opens the season at Princeton August 23rd. Certainly will be a highly anticipated game between those two programs. Now the ultimate question is, you saw Indian Hill answer it as well. What is your go-to order at Chick-fil-A? Micah, we're going to start with you.
All right, I'm just gonna be honest. I've never eaten Chick-fil-A before, but if I had to guess, it's probably like grilled chicken. I really like grilled chicken.
All right, appreciate it. All right, Javon?
I'm gonna go with the chicken sandwich meal. I just like to add a milkshake.
Coach?
Chicken sandwich, but no pickles.
No
I'm
pickle.
not a pickle guy. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I like the pickle brine on the chicken, but I can't do the pickles. But I've been known to eat a lot of Chick-fil-A in my day.
Coach Rodenberg just gave a hearty laugh over there as you said that. So, guys, really appreciate your time. Obviously, senior safety Micah Rice, senior wide receiver Javon Love, and Moeller head coach Bert Bathiani. All the best of luck to Moeller this season, and thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Thank you.